Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Welcome to Alt Finance. A lot of crypto news as usual. Let's hop right into it. Massive Pi network, Pi development. Here's where you can trade your Pi tokens. Pi has been taking over the news waves. If you don't know, Pi was a mobile app. I actually have the Pi app, not affiliated. Nothing communicated in this episode or any episode is ever financial advice. Please do your own research. But the Pi network's getting ready to launch in mainnet. Matter of fact, by the time you watch this, it may have already launched its mainnet. It says the launch of Pi Network's open network has brought the Pi token to exchanges like BitGet, OKX, and MEXC. Binance could be the next major exchange to list the assets as a community vote running until February 27th shows strong support, with over 85% of participants voting yes. I believe they need 87%, I think. I'm not sure if that's a thing. The major milestone. Almost 6 years after its birth, Pi Network finally saw the launch of its open network. The initiative made the Pi token publicly accessible and allowed exchanges to list it. BitGet, OKX, and MEXC were among the first to embrace it. Currently, the price of Pi varies on each platform. Traders can buy it for roughly $1.72 on OKX, $1.69 on BitGet, and $1.68 respectively on MEXC. Prior to the listing, many industry participants made interesting price predictions. Some suggested Pi will be worth more cents on launch day, while others forecasted much higher levels. It's worth mentioning that the biggest optimists envisioned a $314 159 due to the Pi being linked to the math equation Pi as a possible target. Such a price, though, would require the asset's market capitalization to explode above $30 trillion, making the prediction quite ridiculous, and I do agree. Binance to jump on board. Besides the aforementioned exchanges that have already supported Pi, they're thinking that Binance is going to be the next one to hop on. Out of all those networks, exchanges mentioned, Binance would definitely be the largest to hop on to list the Pi token. So they are hoping that they will be able to show enough support for the token to be listed. So I think it's going to happen. Shout out to the Pi gang, the Pi network. But it's exciting when you want to be a part of a project and that project comes to life. That's it's an exciting time. So shout out to the Pi network. Here's big news. Binance US, meaning the United States version of Binance, which is ridiculous. I hope they get rid of the Binance US and Binance separation. Now with the Pro Crypto, I hope they just bring back just regular Binance. But it says that Binance US reinstates USD services after nearly 3 years. If you remember, Binance got rid of their fiat currency, aka their USD. So you could transfer into Binance with other currencies, but you could not trade out of USD. You could not switch it into USD. You could not deposit fiat. You could not withdraw fiat. You could not trade with fiat. You could not do any USD trading at all. Now it looks like Binance US is bringing it back. Again, I think that Binance just needs to come back as Binance.com. Hopefully that the Binance US website can go away and that the regular Binance website can prevail. You can read the article if you want, but it's pretty much just, if you know about the Binance US website, it's going to be reinstating the fiat USD services after 3 years. So that's actually pretty big news. Links are in the description if you'd like to read the full article. Coinbase announces it will list a new altcoin. Let me guess, it's something that nobody asked for. Let's find out. Binance listed it recently. It's falling despite the listing. So what is the Coinbase listing? Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, will list Cato. Nobody asked for that. No, don't even ask. Don't even tell yourself that you asked for that. You know that you're listening right now and you never asked for Cato token on Coinbase. Oh my God, please, please list Cato. Can we please get Cato? Please, no, nobody's asking for Cato, but Cato is now listed and it has also declined by 21% in the last 24 hours, and has a market cap of 220 million at the time of this article. So Coinbase has a bad habit of listing coins that nobody asked for. There is so many other coins that Coinbase could be listing that are in higher demand, that are much more asked than Cato, I can promise you. And Coinbase just always ignores, or seems to ignore, its community. So that is Cato and Coinbase listing of it. And the asset's down. So let's continue. D. Trump, a.k.a. President Donald Trump, shares 2 posts about Ripple on Truth Social. I wish he would share. I know Truth Social is his social media platform, but it's like, come on, man, you're on X. Just get back on X. You know what I mean? Buy a stake in X. Let's get rid of Truth. And I like Truth, but let's just In a startling development, 47th President of the United States took to Truth Social to share 2 separate posts about Ripple Labs. The post relates to the comments made by Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse last month ahead of Trump's inauguration. As previously reported, Garlinghouse highlighted the changing tides in the crypto landscape following Trump's re-election in November 2024. He emphasized that Trump's victory was personal to Ripple, given that the previous SEC administration led by Gary Gensler froze its business opportunities in the U.S. for several years. However, Garlinghouse disclosed that everything changed ahead of Trump's inauguration. Specifically, Ripple secured more U.S.-based business deals within the last 6 weeks of 2024 compared to the previous 6 months before the election. Consequently, Garlinghouse disclosed Ripple's domestic hiring efforts, with 75% of the company's open roles now U.S.-based. Before their election, Ripple's hiring efforts were focused abroad since the company's major clients were not residing in the U.S. Remember when Ripple was threatening to leave the U.S.? They were threatening to leave the U.S. And it's just it's interesting how the sentiment and the change can happen so quickly, right before your eyes. However, the Trump effect changed the company's operations and opportunities, with more U.S. deals secured and 75% of its open positions also focused on U.S. residents. Now, Donald Trump posted these articles. It says, Donald Trump effect bumps Ripple Labs U.S. deals, XRP gains, and then there's a post by The Block that Donald Trump had. It looks like he had posted. Let's see here. It says some Ripple's opportunities in the U.S. were frozen. We all know that with the SEC. And so, Ripple's just gaining momentum. Ripple is going to be one of those things where if they're locked into the White House like this, one has to wonder whether you like XRP or whether you hate XRP. Are you going to admit to yourself that XRP is going to have significant effects on the crypto market and its utility? You cannot deny the fact that any crypto company that is getting close to the president of the United States is not going to have significant added value and forward thinking for the next 4 years. So you need to be serious with yourself, and you need to say, look, I like XRP, this is great. Or you have to tell yourself, look, I really despise XRP, but, right? I think there needs to be a but in your sentence. What that but is, that's up to you. But there needs to be a but, if that makes sense. Oh, man. Moving on. U.S. Treasury products launch on EU's first regulated tokenization exchange. Says Assetera's institutional and retail clients can trade Ondo's OUSG token on the Polygon network. Assetera, European trading facility for blockchain-based securities, announced the collaboration with institutional-grade asset manager Ondo Finance to list the latter's institutional-grade tokenized U.S. Treasuries fund on Assetera's Polygon-based platform. Try saying that sentence 5 times in a row. It won't happen for you. The press release shared with Crypto News that this listing provides European investors with institutional-grade tokenized securities through a compliant blockchain-based trading facility. And you could read Ondo's Finance tweet there where they talk about OUSG and Assetera. You can also catch this full article in the description. I mean, 24/7 instant mints and redemptions. It looks like they're doing big things over there, especially with Ondo. So that's one to keep an eye out for. SEC acknowledges CoinShares XRP and Litecoin ETF filings. Huge. The SEC acknowledged filings from CoinShares to list XRP and Litecoin ETFs according to a Wednesday filing. Wall Street's top regulator is mulling over applications from European asset manager CoinShares to approve the world's first US-based spot XRP and Litecoin exchange-traded funds, a Wednesday filing showed. The funds would track the performance of XRP, the world's third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, and Litecoin, which ranks 15th in value. The assets are among the oldest altcoins to enter the market following Bitcoin's 2009 start. The SEC said in a filing that comments should be submitted within 21 days of the filing publication. This is the standard procedure for fund managers seeking the regulator's approval for an ETF. You can see the little sad chart there. You know what I mean? A little sad. You know, womp, 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 womp. And we're trying to claw back. We're trying to claw back, baby. Trying to claw back. And then, you know, of course, the SEC acknowledges the XRP and Litecoin ETF filings. You know, it's not something I feel like, oh my God, we should be eternally grateful. Thank you for acknowledging these coins. No, it's not like that. But what it is like is the fact that it's being pushed through a lot easier. See, back within the Gensler days, Gary Gensler, God, I don't even like saying his name. The just the acknowledgement would have been super huge, but the rejection of so many ETF filings would come and go, come and go, come and go. I mean, it was getting to a point where there was just hundreds of ETF filings just constantly and continually being declined, and it was a mess. You know, it was just a mess. So I'm glad to see that things are moving a little bit more quickly, so we can get this out there. I think honestly, the sooner we get this ETF BS over with, I think the better we're going to become, because a lot of people hold on to the ETF and they're like, hey, I have the ETFs, right? Like ETF, we need ETFs, we need liquidity, we need it. But you know, again, I understand we need ETFs. We really don't need ETFs, but for mainstream adoption, maybe it's best that we have ETFs. But I would still rather go with the original. Just buy the asset. Just buy the crypto. Why do we need solidate? I don't know. Just buy the goddamn crypto. Bitcoin rewards app Fold goes public. Begins trading on the NASDAQ. So if you haven't heard, there is an app called Fold, which acts like a checking account, but they also have Bitcoin direct to buy products. So they have a product that you could buy Bitcoin directly from the Fold app, or you could buy Bitcoin from a separate debit card, like your bank account's debit card, or you can actually have direct deposits go into Fold, and you can allocate a certain percentage that you want to be in the account, your spending account, and how much of that percentage you want to go directly into Bitcoin. It's a pretty cool app. I've used it a bunch of times. It's actually a pretty cool app. Bitcoin financial services company Fold began trading publicly on the NASDAQ on Wednesday, joining a small group of crypto-focused companies that are selling shares on major U.S. stock exchanges. The firm, which rewards customers with Bitcoin and has a debit card, began trading under the name Fold Holdings Inc., FLD ticker symbol, at $10.25 a share before climbing to over $12 as of this writing. We're excited to list on NASDAQ and look forward to continuing on our mission to expand access to Bitcoin rewards and financial services as a public company, Fold CEO Will Reeves said in a press release. There's the right there. It's pretty cool. FLD, you got Fold now being traded on the NASDAQ, and it's just another inch. It's just another inch, right? It's just another inch towards main adoption. That's whether you like the product or not. You have to understand. You got to respect the fact that it's a step in the right direction. SEC announces Cyber and Emerging Technologies Unit to combat crypto fraud. The U.S. SEC has announced the formation of a new group to combat crypto fraud and other cyber crimes to protect retail investors. I mean, do we need a Cyber and Emerging Technologies Unit? I mean, do we need that? Maybe. It's just that a lot of people are irresponsible and aren't paying attention. And what's happening is when enough BS happens, well, then they come out and they start making all these tasks. Well, we got to protect the consumer, right? It says the Cyber and Emerging Technologies Unit, CETU, will consist of around 30 fraud specialists and attorneys across multiple SEC offices and replace the SEC's Crypto Assets and Cyber Unit, which was in charge of bringing enforcement actions against or related to fraudulent and unregistered crypto assets offerings and platforms. So you're going to have a team of about 30 fraud specialists that are going to try to hunt down and hunker down fraud. Maybe they could try capturing fraud with the US dollar. Speaking of that, FBI and the SEC among top agencies requesting data from Kraken in 2024. Here we go. Kraken's spilling the beans, man. Kraken's talking. San Francisco-based Kraken Exchange provided information for 57% of the total 6,826 data requests from global regulators and enforcement agencies last year. Crypto exchange Kraken had a 39% increase in regulatory and enforcement data requests in 2024, with the majority coming from U.S. agencies, including the FBI, according to its latest transparency report. The report released on February 19th said Kraken received 6,826 data requests from 71 countries in 2024, marking a significant increase from the previous year. The United States accounted for the largest share of requests with 1,951 inquiries. And it says in the U.S., the FBI was the top requesting agency, issuing 614 data requests. They are hunting. They're hunting, and Kraken's talking. So just be wary. Just understand where you buy your crypto and where you do your shopping. So just be wary of that. UAE saw a 41% increase, because there's no tax on crypto, in crypto app downloads in 2024. Crypto app downloads in the UAE reached 15 million in 2024, with a record 2.8 million installs in December alone, driven by market trends and adoption. Dubai, I bet you Dubai is going to be the first, or one of the first areas of the world to solely accept cryptocurrency. Not using your Coinbase card, and when you go to purchase crypto, you have to trade it and it converts it for you, and then you're like, whatever. No, I'm talking about like pulling up this QR code, taking your wallet, hitting send, confirming, signing, whatever you're doing, sending it, getting that cup of coffee that you just bought for X amount of Satoshis, I bet you Dubai and Saudi Arabia are probably going to be the first to do it. I would say Dubai, if I was to guess an area, that would be the very first to actually fully implement crypto payments with cryptocurrency. It says data from an app analytics platform, AppsFlyer, shows that cryptocurrency applications saw a sharp increase in adoption in the UAE in 2024. It says downloads of the top 49 crypto apps on the UAE reached 6.2 million in 2023, and that jumped to 15 million in 2024, a 41% increase. Most of these downloads occurred in the second half of 2024, with the crypto app installs exceeding 1 million per month in the final quarter. December saw the biggest surge with 2.8 million downloads. Crazy. That's so interesting. I mean, look at the chart, man. 2023 versus 2024. Very, very interesting. Brazil approves first spot XRP ETF as local bank eyes stablecoin on XRPL. The I was just going to read that as BBL, but the BBRL, what a bad name. Stablecoin will only be initially available to institutional clients, but the bank has big ambitions for expansion. Brazil's securities regulator has approved the country's first spot XRP exchange-traded fund, which comes as the asset rose 8% over the past 24 hours. So that's it. We have an XRP ETF already out in Brazil. The Nasdaq's XRP index fund has been green-lit for trading in Brazil after being approved by the country's securities regulator. The Comissão de Valores Mobiliários. I apologize to anybody who speaks Portuguese, and I just butchered that. On February 19th. An official date for trading on Brazil's B3 exchange has yet to be announced. Fund manager Hashtag said it would provide more details soon. And they offer a bunch of different things. So there you have it. XRP ETF is approved in Brazil. Pretty amazing stuff. And it's about time. You know, I'm not sure about how Brazil's market is, but apparently they're moving quicker than here. We've got, the market looks like it's a mixed bag. Looks like it's mostly green. Pythia, Bera, S, Tau, Say, Maker, IP, Dare, Jupiter, Sui, just to name a few of the larger gainers here. And then obviously down you have Tel, Hex, Floki, Dot, BGB, LTC, Move, XMR, Monero, Apate. Oh God, I know. Every time I see APT, I think of that song. Thanks to my kids. A lot of stuff down. A lot of like the altcoins down. Bitcoin's actually moving higher. You can see here. If we just type this in. Yeah, it's moving up. Day 1.6% for the day. Moving up. Trying to reclaim some of its glory. Just about 98,000, just about. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be bringing memberships to the channel. So hopefully you'll be willing to help keep this channel and support it to keep it alive and going. Appreciate all of you checking this out in all the videos, and I will catch you all on the next one. See you.